AI, artificial intelligence, robots. The past couple of years, it has been progressing and progressing in a way that I don't think anyone could have ever predicted.
I went to Las Vegas today. Yeah, look how much money I made. Yeah.
We all went pretty quickly from having fun with DALL-E 2's silly little images to realizing that the death of art as a whole is pretty imminent. Now, I know that tons of people have already talked about AI. Way better YouTubers than me have made amazing video essays on this stuff and covered about every aspect of it. And frankly, most of us are tired of hearing about it. I did a poll on what to make a video about next out of like a couple different options, and it was pretty interesting how many people responded pleading to not add to the endless sea of videos on AI. And to those guys, I'm sorry. I know that it's one of those terrible things you kind of accept in a world that frankly refuses to do anything good for humanity. But hold on, okay? I'm not gonna go into AI as a whole in this video. I just want to talk about this crap. What is this? I don't think any of us took this garble too seriously when Spotify introduced the daylist feature. In fact, I quite like the daylist. Despite the nonsensical AI names, the alternating playlists themselves have been pretty good for me. On a pure listening standpoint, I think whatever algorithm they're using to group those songs together is pretty good. But when it all became a little bit much is when the last Spotify Wrapped came out. People were already speculating, due to the increased use of AI in every aspect of Spotify, that this year's Wrapped would have significant AI elements. And first of all, this was the laziest one by far. I think most of us caught that.
You cannot convince me that it's a coincidence that the worst Spotify Wrapped comes out when AI is like at its peak. 1,000,000%. You cannot convince me that this was not completely AI generated.
I don't know how many real humans were used in the making of it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was 0. I was never even really into the themes of Spotify Wrapped. I always thought they were a little corny, but man, I would take corny 100 times over whatever the hell this is. Also, I know a lot of people have asked me for my Spotify Wrapped, so it's not very interesting, but if you were one of those people, here you go. Anyway, back to this stuff. I feel like there's a definite line with AI stuff, you know? Like, there is a point where it goes from funny, haha, hee hee,
haha, this helps me write a resume, I can cheat on my test,
haha, to bad, not good. This thing is going to steal your job and then your existence. And it might be an overreaction, but I feel like this is officially crossing that line. I worked at a web design place while I was still making videos, but before they popped off, and we had a legit meeting when ChatGPT came out, where my boss was like,
yo, you know those codes that you have to manually put in for hours every day? Yeah, look at this thing that does it in 5 seconds.
And I've been doing this internet stuff as a job for a bit now, and even I know that at some point a robot could easily replace me, but I've at least got a little time before that happens, I think.
Artificial intelligence influencers are a growing industry, with some AI models gaining hundreds of thousands of followers.
And most people know by now that AI being more and more involved in our lives isn't a good thing, and at some point in the future, it'll be really negatively affecting our lives. But guys, I think we're already at that point, because if you didn't know, they laid off 1,500 employees just earlier this year, and then wondered why they're not as profitable.
Me when I'm worth $2.5 billion and don't understand why firing people isn't the solution.
I can't even imagine how it must feel to be working at these corporations right now, constantly wondering when your job is next, as they try to replace your life's work with an AI model that can put not 3, but 4 words together. What is after hours football rap? I actually found this article that goes over some of the new genres that were included in this year's Wrapped, and this was their description of after hours football rap. One of the new genres for 2024, what the after hours football rap genre actually has to do with football isn't all that clear, but think of the music from the likes of Megan Thee Stallion, Sexy Red, and Peso Pluma, and you found your vibe. What does that mean? Look, I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I'm out of touch. I'm almost 26. I'm not as hip as I used to be. But what on earth do Megan Thee Stallion and Sexy Red have to do with football? Another big one that my girlfriend got on hers and was confused about was Pink Pilates Princess Strut Pop. Guys, that's 5 words. This is probably the most buzzword genre I've ever seen, and it's exactly what you think it is. I don't know what I think it is. If, like all of us, you've been listening to the likes of Chappell Roan, Lana Del Rey, Charlie XCX, and Sabrina Carpenter on repeat, whilst wearing a very aesthetic pink Pilates outfit, then this is the genre for you. Look, I love subgenres. It's my thing, I love genres. But what you just stated there was just a list of the most popular women in pop music. And does Spotify ever think, hey, maybe that's too many words in succession to describe anything? No? Okay. Then how about Heatwave Beach Reggaeton? If Karol G, Bad Bunny, and Maluma were some of your top artists on Spotify Rap, then this might be one of your most listened to genres. Think of hot summer nights on the beach, preferably with a pina colada in hand. Start to see a pattern here. They've all got an actual genre in there, and then it's like they got one of those random word generators that Childish Gambino used, and just add some words that kinda slightly make sense there. The worst part is that you don't even need AI to do this stuff, but with how buzzwordy and nonsensical they are, it's clear that that's what they're doing. And Spotify has been pushing new genre names out there for a while. We got classics like Goblin Core, POV Indie, one of my favorites, Escape Room, and I was fine with those. You know, they were fun, they were simple, 2 words max, but most importantly, they were created by humans, one of which created a very handy website, everynoise.com, that is one of the best resources for exposing yourself to new random music, and is the primary source of the series I've done for a while where I listen to random genres. Has a super handy feature where it randomly selects a genre and provides a playlist of it as well, and the whole thing just kind of holds a special place in my heart because discovering it and making videos using it was pretty much the birth of my now career. I just realized this sounds like a sponsor. I swear it isn't. It's just a really cool website with a really cool owner. But speaking of the owner, you know what they did to congratulate him for all of his efforts in creating these niche genres based on algorithmic data? They laid him off and replaced him with Pink Pony After Hours Football Strut Rap Boom Bop Pop Mix.
After Hours, Pink Pony, Strut Pop, Pilates, Hyperpop, Boom Bap.
But shout out to that guy, because even though he's stopped adding new genres to the database, he's kept the site up and running despite being out of a job, so kudos for that, because it's genuinely a great resource. But along with the 1,500 employees they laid off, I'm sure that him being out of the company also contributed to this new direction with genres. I mean, we are literally watching them take this guy's job and just hand it over to AI. And these new amalgamations of words that they're pushing out there are just so painfully AI, where it's clear that they're heading into the direction of how much can I possibly profit without paying people?
Just exactly how many people can I fire?
And as much as I know that we're all tired of hearing about AI, and we're at this stage where we're just accepting our fate, I think people forget that you can do stuff about this. We're not really past the point of no return yet, and while personal use of AI can never really be regulated, you can go hog wild with DALL-E 2 and ChatGPT, and obviously I don't think every single use case of it is bad. It's definitely a great tool, but I think that's what most people want it to stay at. A tool. But corporations aren't going to care about it being a neat little tool for their workers. They're going to think,
how can I possibly use this to make more money with less workers?
And that's where there's still room for legal precedent and everything. Laws to be made to stop corporations from doing things like laying off 2,000 people so that they can tell you your most listened genre in July was After Hours Football Rap. Bring back Escape Room, damn it. Anyways, that was a bit of a tangent. Sorry guys, but hey, I saw the rap this year and it got me thinking. It just got me thinking a little bit. That's it for the video. If you liked the video, feel free to leave a like. And if you really liked the video, hit the subscribe button, please. It really helps. Bye.